Joints January, day 5. Today we're going to be training the ankle joint at a high intensity. I'd like you to place your hands at the wall, take your right foot back, straighten out your right knee, and then push your pelvis and right knee over the toes until you feel a light stretch on the back of the calf. If you feel this pinching sensation in the right ankle, just back out of the stretch a little bit. So we're going to hold into the stretch. And we're going to begin to pull our toes off the floor, trying to reach the toes toward the shin. So I feel my big toe and all my little toes pulling away from the floor and getting lighter on the floor. I'm trying to visualize the top of my foot reaching for my shin bone. I want you to ramp up the intensity of this, working at about a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so you're pulling as hard as you can, trying to reach those toes off the floor. You're really feeling that tibialis muscle, the muscle on the front of your shin, working really hard. Hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax, stay in the stretch. Start to push the toes down into the ground, the front of the foot down into the ground like you're hitting a gas pedal. I want you to do this at a 3 out of 10. Start to push down at a 5 out of 10. Imagine you're speeding your vehicle up, pushing down into the ground harder. 6 out of 10. 7, 8, 9. Push down as hard as you can. Feel like you're flooring the pedal in your car, pushing into the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly back off. Push your pelvis back a bit. That should release the stretch. Then what you're going to do with the hands still at the wall, push the toes down again, push at about a 3 to 5 out of 10, like you're hitting that gas pedal again, and then slowly start to push the knee and the pelvis forward over the toes as you keep pushing into the ground, not letting your heel come off the ground. I'm pushing my knee farther forward, increasing the stretch till I can't go anymore. Back off, push your pelvis back, knee back, push the toes into the ground, push into the floor like you're hitting that gas pedal, about a 3 to 5 out of 10. Push the knee and the pelvis forward. So as I'm pushing forward, I'm feeling more stretch, pushing harder into the ground. Can't go any further, back off. One more rep, push the toes into the floor, all the toes, try to feel that pinky toe edge too. Start to push the pelvis and the knee forward. My knee is still straight. I'm feeling a big stretch in the back of my calf, even low into my Achilles. Keep pushing forward as far as you can. Push into the ground. 3, 2, relax. Good, let's position our left foot back, right foot forward, hands at the wall. Push the pelvis and the knee forward on the left side until you feel a light stretch on the back of the calf or the Achilles. If you feel a pinch in the front of the right ankle, just back off a little bit. And we're going to start in the stretch position by pulling the toes off the floor at about a 3 out of 10 intensity. So I'm feeling like I'm trying to get my toes away from the ground. Work up to a 5 out of 10 intensity. 6, pull at an 8 out of 10 intensity. And then a 10 out of 10 intensity, try to get those toes off the ground. Imagine pulling the front of your foot towards the shin bone for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax, stay in the stretch. Start to push the toes down into the ground now. Imagine you're pushing a gas pedal in your car down into the floor at about a 3 out of 10 intensity. Go to a 5 out of 10 intensity, like you're speeding the vehicle up. 7 out of 10, 8, 9, push as hard as you can down into the ground. All those toes are pushing into the floor, like you're trying to sink into mud. Imagine you're trying to get that footprint deeper and deeper for 3, 2, 1, relax, stay in the stretch. Start to push your pelvis and your knee back so you release out of the stretch. Push the toes down on the left side at about a 3 out of 10. Start to push your pelvis and knee forward over the toes again. Push pushing forward, pushing down into the ground farther, increasing the stretch on the back of your calf until you can't go any further. Relax, push back, push the toes down, start to push the pelvis forward, working at about a 3 out of 10. But as you push the pelvis farther forward, it's going to feel like a much higher effort than a 3 out of 10. You just keep pushing into the ground with the toes at about a 3 out of 10. But it feels like I'm working really hard to get that pelvis pushed forward. Back off. One more rep. Push the toes into the ground. Start to push the pelvis and the knee forward on the left side. Keep pushing forward until you can't go any farther forward. Keep those toes driving into the ground. Huge stretch on the back of the calf and into the Achilles for 3, 2, relax, come back up.